Belfasting, the radio drama, based on the book series Belfasting by Tatenda Charles Munyuki. Voice and audio by Nora-Leigh Season 1, Episode 2, The Crash. The house was huge, with a lot of unoccupied land and lawn. Cars were parked on a lot, most of them small cars teenagers could easily convince parents to get them. Hype drill music faded in and out, teens lingering around, some of them making out, some just chilling and drinking from plastic cups. Inside was the complete opposite of outside. It was very loud, with teenagers dancing and drinking. A wild party. The teens were totally out of order, some of them on top of furniture and sofas. The DJ was at the far end and looked the oldest of them all. With their overcoats no more, Clara, Fiona and their friends were busy dancing wild, in their hands the cups, obviously containing alcohol. The party was on in full blast, and nobody seemed to have a care in the world except the DJ, who was on high alert. And about an hour or so later, a car that looked more mature and expensive suddenly drove in. From it came two grown-ups, Mr. and Mrs. Doyle, both dressed for an outing. They both looked stunned at what they saw, with various expressions of anger slowly showing on their faces. They headed for the house. The atmosphere remained like that for a few minutes. Suddenly the music stopped, and shouting came from the inside, a strong Irish cursing. The teens started rushing from the house, some running away into the street, others into their cars to drive away quickly. Mr. Doyle suddenly appeared carrying a broom, threatening the remaining ones to scram. He rushed to the driveway, swinging his broom sideways. "If you plastered, leave your car and keys here, and collect them tomorrow. I'll not have any of your dossers get into an accident on my watch." To Aunt Plastered, "Drive your friends home," he shouted, standing in the driveway to make sure no car drove away until he was sure the driver wasn't drunk. The process was made faster when the DJ came out with his gear and was forced to help him check that nobody left driving drunk. In about 15 minutes, the noise was no longer there, but almost half the cars that had been there remained. The inside of the house was indeed a mess. Tumblers, potato chips, papers, spilt liquid all over. The only sound in the lounge was paper and tumblers being put into a plastic bag bin, with Mrs. Doyle doing the cleaning up. On one clean sofa sat Fiona and Clara. Both looked a bit wasted, mostly ashamed. They were forever frowning, trying to cover their embarrassment from showing. Pacing in front of them was Mr. Doyle, jacket now off, shaking with anger. "I've never seen such shite," Mr. Doyle said, moving up and down. Mrs. Doyle did some more cleaning nearby, taking ganders of the girls, shaking her head. "Whose stupid idea was this, having a party at my gaff?" Mr. Doyle asked. The girls avoided looking at him, staring sideways, with more frowns. "Guess you thought your mother and I were out for the whole night like last time. You could very well do what you want. Think you now own this gaff?" Mr. Doyle glared at Fiona. Fiona mumbled something and stared heatedly at him. "What did you say?" Mr. Doyle asked. "I said she isn't my mother," Fiona said. Mr. Doyle moved forward threateningly. His attention wavered a little to Clara, who looked scared a bit. He stopped, frowned and moved back, trying his best to control his temper and movements. "That doesn't give you the right to act out. This kind of behavior of yours is something I can't tolerate. Next term you're going to boarding school," he said. There was a sudden knock on the door. Mrs. and Mr. Doyle stared at each other. Mrs. Doyle dropped the bin and headed for the door. She returned a few seconds later, and with her were the O'Briens. This truly startled Clara, who looked like she was about to be sick. Both parents didn't look the least bit happy. Mr. Doyle politely smiled at them, and the parents exchanged handshakes before sitting. The trial of the two girls started. About 30 minutes later, Clara walked out of the Doyle's house, her overcoat on, hugging herself, with tears smudging her makeup. She looked very furious as she walked to her father's car. Her parents followed slowly behind her, Mrs. O'Brien holding Clara's bags. They said goodbye to the Doyles. A minute or so later, the Doyles watched them drive away and turned back to their daughter. In the O'Brien's car sat with the parents up front, all looking angry. In the back, trying not to freak out, sat Clara. Coal, sat there as well, busy teasing his big sister. It was about 5 minutes until they were in the main road before anyone else said anything. "You're so in trouble, you're so in trouble," Cole said in a loop. Clara frowned. "Why did you have to bring him along? He's annoying me." "We couldn't as well leave him alone at home after all this silly mess of yours, could we?" Mrs. O'Brien replied heatedly. "You're so in trouble, you're so in trouble," Cole sang. "Shut up, you girl, or I'll," Clara said angrily. "Don't you dare, young lady," Mrs. O'Brien warned, looking back at them. "This is so disappointing. Very second-rate. So this is what you do when you say you are going out on sleepovers?" "It was just today, I don't," Clara tried. "How do you expect us to believe you when you make your dad and I fools like this?" Mrs. O'Brien asked. Clara pouted and crossed her arms. "You never let me have fun at all," she said, and turned to Cole. "Hey, stop it! I'm warning you. I'll—" Slap, slap, slap! Clara let out her anger and frustration at him. Mrs. O'Brien looked back angrily. Cole was now crying, trying to hit Clara back. Clara roughly pushed him away. Chaos at the back. "Stop it, you two. Please stop it," Mrs. O'Brien shouted at them. There was a sudden blare of traffic, swerving of the car as Mr. O'Brien tried to control the car in the night. Screams came with the piercing horns. Crash!